Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show. I'm glad to have you guys here. Today is Monday, the 25th of November, 2019. And you know what? The markets are well into this blow off top. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think is going to happen. I think that the markets are going to continue with this blow off top probably sometime into the new year. And then reality is going to set in, and the market's going to fall in the new year. And then I think what's going to happen then is the Fed's going to step in at a certain point, and the world's central banks now are committed. They're committed to stimulating, and no matter what, to stimulate. Let's get the chart started right here, and I'll show you what I mean. Fed's Kashkari says it's time for the Federal Reserve to start redistributing wealth. Well, that's what they call it. Redistributing wealth. That's what they call it. Here's a picture. Actually, what it is helicopter money. It's Ben Bernanke's helicopter money. Is why he got named Helicopter Ben. He said quite literally, if we have to stop the effects of deflation, we will take the drastic measure of flying over in helicopters and dumping $100 bills out the window. Yeah, that'll stop deflation, but it's going to start the inflation. And once the inflation gets going, see, the central banks have one tool, and one tool only. It's to create money. And this works to paper over deflation really good. You know, and these are deflationary events. These events like a stock market crash. It's very deflationary. Right now, we have a war between deflation and inflation going on. And deflation can win in the blink of an eye. Deflation is so fast. You get something like a Deutsche Bank collapse or bad news real bad news in the economy, and a bank goes down, or maybe 2 or 3 banks go down, like's happening in China right now. Banks are starting to fold over in China, one after another. $1.7 trillion worth of banks are in trouble in China. The recession risk, is it gone? This is what this article says. It says, over the past few weeks, we have been discussing the new quantitative easing rally. A rally. It's quantitative easing, but it's not quantitative easing. Well, what the heck is it? But it's created a rally. Regardless of what the Fed wishes to call their bond purchases, the market has interpreted the expansion of their balance sheet as quantitative easing. Given that investors have been trained by the Fed, the ringing of the bell, dinner bell, hey, come on, it's time to eat, blah, 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 they're all come running in. That's what it is. That's what quantitative easing is to the market. It's not surprising to me the market's going through a blow-off top right now. No phase 2 trade deal on horizon, says the Chinese officials. They're ruling it out. A phase 2 deal. They don't really. They're not anxious for a deal. China is, and you know, not even a phase 1. If we read down here, where was it? It says, in fact, with the December venue for the phase 1 deal announced, scrapped, and still not replaced with a new one, it remains unclear or if or when, if any deal will be formalized in the trade talks between the United States and China. So, bad news. What happens with bad news? Well, we'll see in a minute. Let's take a look at the silver price today. We're looking at the silver price going down. Money's pouring into the market, but look at the silver price. It's down 8 cents today so far, $16.88. Now, you know, these 3 asset classes, gold, silver, and cryptocurrencies, are all taking a beating, you know? It's all got to do with market manipulation. $16.88 on silver today. You know, the amount of derivatives products that are releasing into these markets is unreal now at this point. Like for gold, the amount of leverage that they have with those highly the amount of high leverage that they have with those products is making it so like it's like a game of musical chairs. There's like 1,000 people out there who have contracts saying they own gold, but there's only one person out there who really has the real gold. What happens when the music stops? To this game that they've been playing it for a long time now. But anyway, 1688 for silver, 1456 for gold, down $5.10 on the asset classes that should be shooting up in price, considering that the world's central banks have charted on a course of money, nothing more than money creation, endless money creation now at this point. Taking a look at cryptocurrency today. 195.7 billion. When we consider it was like 240 billion just a few days ago, that's a significant drop. 66.4% Bitcoin dominance, and we're seeing all the coins drop, and we're looking at a Bitcoin price of 72.05, Ethereum 147, 21.9 cents for XRP. Bitcoin Cash is $210. Litecoin is 46.28. This is the future of money right here, and the bottom's dropping out of it. It's almost ridiculous. Let's take a look now at the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and this is just as ridiculous. This blow-off top in the Dow Jones is being supported only by Fed monetary policy. Let's refresh the page and see where we're at with this blow-off top today. 99.02. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something. 99 points up today, 27,973. You know what? I'm going to shock you with what I'm going to say right now. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is going to go above 30,000. That's what I'm going to say right now. It's going to kind of shock you guys because you hear me talking about a crash. Yeah, a crash is coming. It's probably going to take it down a few thousand points. It's going to bring about, and it's not just going to be the United States stock market, it's going to be Asia everywhere. But that crash is what's going to really kick the world's central banks in unison, all of them, into high gear money printing creation. And then the stock market's going to start to shoot back up again. And that's when it's going to pass 30,000. Is in that artificial rally that they're going to create. But it's that moment when this market finally turns over and goes down and it reaches bottom where the Fed turns it all around and sends it back up again to head over to 30,000. All that new fresh money coming into the system is going to signal investors that this money creation's never going to end. And they're going to start to learn that the Fed can make as much money or dollars. It's not really money, it's currency. They can make as much dollars as there are leaves on the trees out there. And they're going to suddenly start to take a new fresh look at gold, silver, and cryptocurrencies. So that's in our future. Let's take a look now at crude oil. Crude oil is 57.54. It's down 23 cents on the day. You can see that we are starting a decline in the crude price. The crude price has been going along sideways for a long time. Let me see if I can get the 6 month. No, these charts don't work very good. It only works on the 5 day. But we can see it's a little bit of a decline starting here in crude prices. So we're going to keep our eye on that. I'm seeing it could decline down to around 54 bucks. It's at 57.54 right now, down 23 cents on the day. We're looking at U.S. Treasuries now, and we're seeing Treasury yields falling. 1.5 basis points is the biggest move on the U.S. 30-year, and we're looking at 1.765 on the U.S. 10-year. The U.S. 10-year is the most important to me. We'll move to the short end of the yield curve, and we can see the 1 year and the 6 month are the only ones that are actually moving up, but are only moving up insignificantly, like a half a basis point on the 1 year. It's at 1.57. Let's move on now and take a look at the U.S. dollar index. And we're looking at a dollar index of 98.36. It's moving upwards very slowly. A lot of people, in times like this, the only place they really feel safe is in dollars and having dry powder in times like this right now. Even though the dollar is facing its demise ultimately, still, for right now, they see the dollar as the safest place to be. And so the dollar is strong, and it's staying strong. Hong Kong, they just had massive turnouts at the elections. And they voted a lot of candidates in Hong Kong. Will this stop the turmoil in Hong Kong? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens there in Hong Kong. But I can tell you that the real estate market is in big trouble, and there's massive amounts of money invested in the Hong Kong real estate market. It's unreal how much money is stored in the Hong Kong real estate market. And I mean, with this kind of problems, systemic problems, I can't see the real estate market continuing to go up. Can you guys? Anyway, listen, thank you guys for listening to this show. Like and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, and we'll catch you guys in the very next video. Bye-bye.